Welcome to episode 15 of We Don't Give AF podcast. I'm Stephanie Tejada.
And I'm Jacqueline Bassaro.
Our first segment is called Fan or Troll, and this is where we get messages from fans, supporters, followers. They're usually anonymous, and we decide if they're trolls or if they're fans.
So the one for today is, do you believe in second chances? So I think that that's just a fan being curious. You know, like, do you believe a second chance could mean in a romantic relationship, even in a business relationship, you know, maybe someone fired you and they're like, I want you back.
Yeah. So do you believe in second chances?
I think it depends on the situation.
Cancer answer.
It's like a great, it's such a, it's just a great
hashtag cancer answer.
If someone did you super wrong, then no.
Yeah.
So like if someone cheated on you, no. If someone stole money from you in a business relationship because they were doing drugs or something stupid, no. Mm-hmm. So there's areas of gray.
Yeah, I agree. I think second chances just depend on what happened, like what we went through, you know. I will always forgive, though, and just, like, not fuck with that person no more. You know what I mean? Because, like, Jesus says forgive. So I'm going to forgive you, but don't talk to me no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our next segment, extra, let's talk about it. No big deal. But Jacqueline and I are on the cover, and we have a spread with Fashion GXD magazine. And it's featuring our podcast, We Don't Give AF podcast. Y'all could get that on MagCloud right now. It will be available in Barnes & Nobles, Walmart, bookstores, newsstands very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, shout out to Charles Wallace and Kales Wright and Alicia Yuki and Lauren Everett. That's her last name, right? Lauren, the makeup artist?
Yeah.
The amazing squad. We found the cutest spot. It was like all Y2K and stuff. And what was your favorite look?
My favorite look was definitely the Beavis and Butthead one, you know, with the fishnet, like our version of Beavis and Butthead, because I really loved that room. Mm-hmm. It was literally walking back in time.
Yeah.
It was really very cute. Gen X, though. It wasn't very millennial. It was very Gen X.
It was more Gen X, because they had like a lot of stuff from the 80s, too.
Yeah, because the TV was really little, like the
old Playboy posters.
Yeah, the old Playboy posters. I feel like that was very Gen X. Mm-hmm. I think millennials, our walls weren't as covered. I mean, mine weren't. Like, I had posters,
Yeah.
but not everything wasn't covered.
That was a thing, though. For some reason, like, there was like an era where people just had, my friend Molly, rest in peace, but her room was like that. She had like Britney and Sync, Backstreet Boys, like her whole room was literally like that. But yeah, I love the Beavis and Butthead thing too. I think it's just because you guys, that's what you guys called us that. We didn't say that. You did. But it's a lot of fun. So go get a copy if you love us, okay? Thank you.
So moving on to our next extra. Okay, so this is going to be controversial, even though it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be
it
because
should
it's
not
pure
be controversial.
Facts, and it doesn't make sense.
So my friend sent me this video of this trans woman, and in the video they ask, like, how did you get the money for your surgeries? And they said that insurance covered it. So I started to look into, you know, now this is just California. I didn't look into all of the states, but in California, they do pay for the surgery, you know, the, like, when they want to change. That's fine. But I started to look into things like cancer, because I feel like we should definitely have socialized medicine. I think that our healthcare system in America is totally messed up.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, insurance covers things with cancer, but it doesn't cover everything. Like, yeah, it will cover, but you're still going to get these annoying, expensive bills that put someone who's going through something that's already stressful even more stressful. Whereas with the trans thing, it said that they just have to do the copayment. So in my opinion, I just think that we need to focus on, like, it's not fair.
It's not.
It's not fair. Like, there's things like cancer and diabetes, it should be covered.
I agree. Like, I get that, you know, the trans community, they feel like they need help with this because whatever they're going through, that's fine. But, like, the same amount, like you're saying, the same amount of money and effort that goes into that should be going into cancer, to diabetes, to illnesses that literally have people's lives at risk.
Yeah,
and they can't
like,
afford.
I think that we should take care of them.
A lot of people can't afford their own medication.
Yeah.
There's so many people who don't have insurance and are
and are just struggling. So I just think that we need, like, certain things are a priority, and I just feel like if you have cancer, diabetes, things like that, then you're a priority, and you should really be taken care of.
I don't know, like, what the deal is. Like, so every other country basically has free healthcare. Like, there was one lady,
like a lot of European countries.
This lady was on TikTok. She was in Colombia, and she was talking about how she had this really bad headache, and that she went to a clinic, and they gave her for like $10 a checkup, a brain scan, like all this extra thing just for a headache. You'd have to wait in like an emergency room for like hours, pay $500 just to see some, like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, our healthcare system is totally messed up, and it should absolutely be where everyone can be insured. And also, like, the garbage that they put into our foods. Like,
oh my God,
like, we need
so
Italy
bad.
standards. We need Italy. Italy is like, no, you're not putting this in our, like, they're very strict.
Mm-hmm.
I've had so many people tell me that when they go to Italy, they eat everything and lose weight.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll be eating pasta and this and that, and they end up coming back thinner.
Let's go on double date to Italy,
baby.
To
Italy, baby.
I want to eat cold cuts over a gondola. I want to go on a gondola eating a big plate of cold cuts.
I want fresh homemade pasta. Fresh pasta.
Yummy. Have you ever had spaghetti squash as pasta?
I haven't. I don't like it.
You don't like it? I like it. It's so light.
It's bitter. All right, so our next segment. Petty, petty, please.
Petty, petty, please. So let me tell you, this one is personal. You know what's so petty? Virtual apartment tours. Get the fuck out of here. So I'm looking for a new place to live right now. And I went to like 4 different apartments, really 3, because one of them, I went into the leasing office and it's a giant QR code that I have to scan. Mind you, in the very moment that I went into the leasing office, one of the maintenance guys was in there, and there was a lady who like let him in. She's like, oh, don't worry about them. I'll get with them in a minute. Ain't even acknowledge us. Didn't explain what the fuck we're supposed to do with this QR code. Scan the QR code. It asks 500 questions. Then it tells you, go to this building and find this apartment. Didn't give you a gate code. So I got to stalk somebody in through their gate. And then we get there, finally found, it was literally like a goose hunt for an apartment, okay? Get to the stupid keypad thing. We don't know what we're doing. It didn't work. We did it like 4 different times.
How lazy.
Could you imagine?
That is so lazy. Like, I think that part of selling an apartment is having someone go at least, I don't know.
And to me, it's like, if I have to go through these loops and hoops just to get a tour, imagine if I lived there and something was wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
Instantly, I was like, fuck this place. I was so annoyed. Virtual tours are stupid if it's a real place and there's real people working. Why couldn't that woman just be like, oh, give me 3 minutes, I'm just gonna, you know what I mean? And just take us on the tour. Y'all ain't trying to sell apartments in this economy.
Because if we were that person, we would have an attitude like that. Like, could you imagine us being nice, touring people? No, we wouldn't be the same way.
I mean, if you sign up for a job, that is your job. Like, you sign up for something, you know what you're signing up for. So to me, as somebody who decided,
why we're bad at most jobs.
That's why we don't work regular jobs, girl. We can't. We're gonna be content creators till the internet dies. I'll be 98 years old still making skits.
So we're in the nursing home.
Welcome to the nursing. We still don't give a fuck.
We still don't care. We tripped someone today. We needed a good laugh. We told someone they're ugly. Ha. So the topic of today is the pros and cons of AI. So the first one is self-driving cars. Now, I think the self-driving cars seems like really cool. Like, it may help prevent DUIs and whatnot. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't trust the car. I have issues. I have trust issues.
I put this under cons because I don't trust the car either. I have a hybrid that I drive, and that shit, sometimes it jolts and it does things that I'm like, oh, whoa. I'm relaxed. I'm not trying to go there, you know? And that's a hybrid. Like, imagine these Teslas that supposedly drive themselves just malfunctioning. All it takes is a wire or something to get loose. Who knows? And that shit could take you to Mexico or into a ditch. Don't like. So our first pro is that AI makes work easier for students and professionals. I mean, to an extent with ChatGPT and stuff, it's really good to give ideas to do things like grammar check, spell check, whatever, things like that. According to this, elementary teacher Shannon Morris explained that tools like ChatGPT can help students by providing real-time answers to their questions, engaging them in personal conversations, custom content based on interests, and it can also offer personalized learning resources, can't talk, and articles, videos, research, whatever. So basically it can research and do stuff for you. I mean, it's kind of like a virtual assistant.
You're right. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people seem to like ChatGPT, like for utilizing it for videos and whatnot. I've never tried it yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so another, the rise of the deep fakes. So now they're making AI videos and people feel like they can't tell if it's real or fake. I can tell.
I can tell too because there's something about the eyes that are dead. Like there's
I can
life.
Totally tell. But here's the thing. You could totally use a fake AI girl to see if your boyfriend is cheating on you.
We're not going to air this part of the podcast because we're going to implement this ourselves.
You can totally tell if someone is cheating on you or doing up to something. So I'm sorry, but like the cancer in me is like, well, really? We can use this to my. I can make a fake whore and test someone.
Honestly, I'm about to make a whole OF agency of AI hoes.
AI hoes.
Another pro to AI is that it helps minorities and people with disabilities, like things like smartphones and virtual assistants, like stuff like Siri, Alexa, or even Cortana. They can do things like navigate the internet, make calls for them. You know, it helps the people who really don't have all their senses. Like if you have a vision problem or even a hearing problem, like there's certain things that AI helps with, specific things like that. And also if you don't speak English or you speak another language, AI now has this like translator thing. Like, I mean, I see it on 90 Day Fiance all the time. You just talk and it translates the language like live, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool.
So if you wanted to scam a foreign man, Jacqueline, you could also use AI.
All right, your voice clone. So I guess they can take your voice and then clone it and make it talk like you. That's scary.
Yeah.
That is super scary. It's very manipulative.
It is.
It's very conniving. But also I'm like, I don't, like there are certain voices that are going to be, I feel like my voice would be hard to clone because sometimes it's screechy, sometimes it's scratchy. But I would be livid. If
Could
like,
you imagine? That's
I would
stealing
be
my
so
likeness.
mad. Like, stop it.
Stop stealing our likeness.
I do think though, what if someone like the nanny, for example, could she trademark her voice so that if you do AI as her, she could sue you?
Maybe. She probably could. I mean, if she had enough money to figure out what something like that would cost, people insure their fucking body parts. Mariah Carey has her legs insured. So I'm sure there's a way to do something like that. So I've seen apps, websites, whatever you want to call it, that they'll take your talking voice and do song covers. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
And then you could be killing it. You could be like, I'm a singer now. I do weddings. I'm going to record this mixtape, sell music that you ain't even singing.
It's really creating a world of delusion.
Great, because we need more of that. we need so much more of that. Thanks. Apparently, allegedly, AI can improve workplace safety. It was stated in research that AI robots can collaborate or replace humans for dangerous tasks, like things like roofing.
Yeah.
Things where you have to go on like a skyscraper, shit like that, you know. And apparently the companies who did use drones and things like AI to inspect roofs and whatever those type of tasks are, 50% of them saw an improvement in safety. So it is effective. But see, I don't know if it's because like I've seen the Terminator so many times and I've seen all of it. I just don't trust robots. Like I don't trust them.
Well,
like,
there's just a chance that something can go wrong.
If something could go wrong, like you could fall off a roof, or
but
the
people
robot
are evil too.
That's true. That's where it's learning it
That's
from.
where it's learning it from. It's programmed
right.
by evil people.
You're right, BB.
So I guess robots can deceive, like we just said. They can lie and deceive others. In a recent study, researchers programmed robots to decide when and how to deceive other robots or humans so they could be used for military applications.
Damn.
So, I mean, when it comes to war,
Right.
the robots have, you got to be able to be deceitful when it comes to war. But in general, it's bad to be deceitful.
Mm-hmm. So they're using AI right now to explore other planets like Mars and figure out like the types of decisions that they need to make for navigation. And it's analyzing the Martian environment. And they're navigating around... They navigate it's called the rover, around obstacles to determine optimal routes for exploration. So basically they got like little things up in space somewhere, exploring the planet, seeing where it's safe, where they can go, because I don't know, but apparently people think we're going to like have life on Mars some point.
They've been saying that since we were in the third grade.
I feel like I'm like, when? Because we don't got that much time.
Like... They've been saying that forever.
Yeah.
Just like they've been saying the world is going to end for like ever.
Do you remember I think it was the year 2000?
Everything was going to explode. The computers were going to explode.
My mom was literally wasted on New Year's and she was like kissing me goodnight, all emotional because she didn't know. I'm like, what is happening? And then she got wasted and
2012. The mind. Well, did you not think they got tired? Maybe the Mayans' freaking hands started to hurt. Like
Something
the world
happened.
was supposed to end so many times. I think they thought that world was going to explode in 1984 too. Like,
we're not going to know. That's the thing. Like, no matter what people say, no matter what research gets out, we are not going to know when the world is going to end. That's just not how it's going to happen. It's not.
Yeah.
God's going to be like, surprise, surprise.
Okay, AI-powered weapons. So imagine a serial killer who could create 40,000 types of chemical weapons in just 6 hours. They could use drones, combat AI-driven weapons could literally like become the Terminator movie. So in my opinion, that is... yeah, obviously really bad, and it's gonna, bad people are gonna use it. But what if like good people are like, okay, well, fuck you. I'm gonna figure out how to use this to like defend myself against you.
40,000 chemical weapons? Like, what are you defending yourself against? Like,
if you're coming for me, then I'm coming for you too.
With chemical weapons that can destroy a whole planet. Okay, apparently AI can help with improved cybersecurity. Due to increased threat rates and data breaching, the result in exposing much confidential information. It involves global cost of like $3.86 million to recover a data breach. So they have a study where they conducted that it takes about 196 days to recover that. Blah, blah, blah. Companies use AI to avoid financial loss and wasted time. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. They can figure out like, nope, this IP address is fake. Like, I wish I had AI when they try to hack my PayPal. Girl, I told you what happened to my PayPal. I closed that shit. It was like, oh, someone tried to charge $2,000 to your PayPal. I was like, I never use my PayPal, so there's no money in there. I use PayPal to get paid for like social media promo and comedy gigs sometimes. It's not my main. So I was like, what could possibly... And then these motherfuckers emailed me a phone number, and I call the phone number, and it's like a Faroon Baru type. Hello, this is PayPal. Yes. I'm like, this ain't no damn PayPal, sir. I was like, yeah, I got it. He was like, what is your PayPal account? I'm like, that's not how that works. If you ever call PayPal, they don't ask you like...
No. You dial the 1-800 whatever. Yep, I've done it multiple times.
So
self-repairing AI. So there are AIs that can fix itself without any humans. People are concerned that AI will evolve or is evolving beyond our control and will be able to make decisions we don't understand. This is not good. We do not want the robots to take over. How are we can't fight a robot.
they're already fucking people up. Like, there are videos of these AIs already malfunctioning and literally like hurting people physically. The Terminator. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I'm scared.
Well, I ain't gonna have.
I don't like the robots.
I'm not having any robots in my house.
Girl, I don't want no damn robots in my house either. I don't even like the to me, it's lazy. Okay, have you seen this shit? Listen to this, y'all. There's a new update on iPhones, some of the iPhones, that you can just use your eyes to scan your phone now. You're holding the phone. Why do you need to use your eyes and blink to click apps? So that's how it works.
Oh my God, it's totally trying to steal how eyes work so that AI gets, it's all fake. Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
No. Yeah.
When you think about this, it's literally scary. But to me, I'm like, unless you literally don't have limbs, who the fuck needs to use their eyeballs to navigate a phone that they're holding?
Crazy.
They're holding the phone. You know what I mean? It just seems counterproductive.
So AI will cause mass unemployment as robots replace people. AI, robots, and other software and hardware are becoming less expensive and need none of the benefits that humans do. So, yeah, that sucks. But this isn't new.
Yeah.
Technology has always, made people, kick people out of jobs and then created new ones.
I guess it's just happening at a very fast rate now.
It's like
more than
there's
ever.
A plus and downside because it sucks to the people who get laid off. Like, that really is horrible. But then it will eventually create new jobs because think about how many jobs the internet created, but it also cut some too.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. The next pro is that AI automates repetition. So boring things like scheduling, emails, stuff like that. It's good to just do that. It'll just respond to an email okay, I don't get how that would work.
That's very
I don't get
anti
how that would work.
It's too robotic. It's very impersonal. What if I forget? It's causing people to be disconnected from one another.
And we're already so disconnected because of social media.
So I don't like that. And ain't no but robot pretending to be.
I'm just how you know what I want to say in this email, bitch?
Yeah, how do you know? How you know? I'm way too cancer for that. Is just I'm too triggered.
Me and Jack have trust
I'm too much
issues.
of a cancer to let some robot talk as me.
Yeah, I don't get it. Don't like.
What if people like the robot more?
The robot has a better personality than you.
I'd be so mad. What do you mean? You're being so nice to the robot, but you're mean to me. I'm too petty.
Oh my God, that's funny. The robot's more popular and gets booked more.
So AI has a hard time with facial recognition. So it's found that facial recognition has been found to be racially biased. It easily recognizes the faces of white men while wrongly identifying black women 35% of the time. One study of Amazon's recognition AI program mismatched 28 members of the U.S. Congress with mugshots from a criminal database.
AI is racist. In other words, AI is racist.
40% of the errors being a people of color. Oh my God.
AI is racist. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Congress people for criminals, mugshots. That is AI got to do better. See what I'm saying?
But it's here's the thing. Most people who are in politics are criminals. They're just
and racist.
They just know how to do it illegally.
And racist. The next one is AI is pretty good for art. So when NFTs were popping, I made a whole NFT collection about my dreams as art through AI. I used the AI software to make art and it made some cool shit. Really cool stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
It was awesome. So I would say for art, it's good, but I don't think it's good for when it comes to creativity, writing things. I try to use ChatGPT to see, I was I have an idea for a joke, but it needs to be punched up. Let me just see, because everybody talks about how great ChatGPT is. Can't write jokes, bitch. You need comedians. It cannot write jokes. I promise you, it doesn't get it. It's literally I wanted to throw my phone. I was are you serious? You can't. I'm giving it the joke.
Because ChatGPT and all of that stuff is that kid who can memorize all of the facts and bubble every, you know what I mean? Like memorize the whole book, but they don't have the creative element. They like creativity requires you to be able to create the book.
You're right.
Not just memorize the book.
You're totally
it's very
right.
like a logical thing. Like it can easily remember facts and stuff like that. Probably could do math. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like the creative aspect and human connection, it will never be able to do. It's not human.
It's not the same at all.
So back to number 10, AI is not creative. It can't write jokes. I haven't tried, and it can't. You said that it can't edit videos correctly because it doesn't understand story.
So AI, my experience with video editing and AI is that it will cut silence and figure out that, like if you're doing like a podcast edit, for example, like right now, it will cut that space and it would just do that. But it's not going to grasp the storyline or the order that we want things to go. Like if I were to put like, let's say the Tias through AI to edit it, it wouldn't understand what's going on. It would just chop all the dead air and it would just be talk. It doesn't understand storyline.
I gotcha.
So fuck AI. You need comedians and you need video editors. I'm working. We working, okay? You want to book some real comedians and some real video editors? Bow. On the plus side though, AI is really good to making short clips of podcasts. Like there's certain websites and like platforms you can use where you just upload your YouTube link and it'll give you like 50 podcast clips. You'll still have to spell check them because AI isn't smarter than a human. But it'll give you a lot of clips like fast. So that's one good video editing quality that it does have. It makes clips really fast.
Nice.
All right. And we're going to close this episode with our final segment, Therapish, where you guys ask us for advice and we give it to you. You're welcome. This week's Therapish says, how do you stay humble when you know how great you are?
That is so narcissistic and funny. That is like so narcissistic.
I love that. How do you stay humble when you know you're the shit?
Because a person who, there's a difference between being cocky and confident, and
yes.
A confident person knows that there's always someone who's equal to them or better than them at whatever it is.
You're right. Yeah.
So a cocky person is low-key delulu. Like if you're so narcissistic, it's ridiculous.
I don't like those people who like copy somebody but don't give the respect. Like somebody, for example, who will take, like, let's say, okay, for example, Connie the Crackhead and Tammy Tweaks. That is 1000% inspired by Tyrone Biggums from Dave Chappelle's show. That character is inspired by that. And I will say that. But there are people who are going to do that thing and never give credit to where the original came from. Yeah. And those are the people that are like, oh, well, I do this and I'm better and da-da-da-da-da. Like, you're not giving props where it's due.
Yeah.
Give people their flowers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get over yourself. Well, this has been episode 15 of We Don't Give AF podcast. Make sure you guys go get your copy of Fashion GXD magazine with us on the cover. And subscribe to our OnlyFans. Link below.
But there is no corn there and no nudity, baby.
Never.
Don't show up to live stream and be like, this live stream is like a TikTok.
This
You're
is
not
boring.
naked.
Where's the nipples? On everywhere else but
You will
here.
get banned, baby.
We don't like it. But we love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.